So the numeric is 10, 1, 0, which is, I think, deca, D-E-C-A in Latin. See, that used to be my blanket when I was a little girl. I used to have, like, golden locks. See that picture over there? That's me being born on a phone going, oh, guys, this doesn't look right. So here I am in the same exact room, except I was one floor above. But it's the same size room. That's the exact same blanket. And Maria Teresa Murza, the commoner, with the mayonnaise color of ghee, of a yellow egg in your face, one of those. She was living on the opposite side of the street in the courtyard with Robin and Mike, which was Zena's parents, with Kimberly. Maria Teresa Murza and Donna Murza were Mike Murza and Alice Murza, the commoners' kid. One had some kind of Arabic in whatever, and the other one was strictly like a Korean. Now, Alice, there were many times I was pulled over into their, not here, although that happened too, then they moved to New Hyde Park, Newhydepark, which was in the county of Nassau, Countynassau. When they went to Nassau, there were times I just arrived. Like, there's just scenes, scenes, like a movie set that I'm with different random characters and we're talking about different random things. But then the memories I'm not able to connect with all the time, in abuses of star people and star equipment. So there was a scene where it was just me and Maria at the kitchen table, and Alice had cooked beef, a big juicy beefy burger. The smell of it, oh my God. And then she got really nasty. Normally she's got googly eyes, so they go in other directions, like they don't go straight. Like there's I guess a stigmata of her looseness in the four ligaments that holds the eye in the socket. Like hers doesn't, hers is loose. She came over and Maria was eating a burger and she was always like super, super sickening sweet. Like I'm like, ugh. And she, and so she like flipped on a dime. Michael was at work apparently, the Arabic man, and they were both told that they had to both be in the same room with the star goddess, the Zohan, the Tsar, especially if they were inviting the Tsar, the Zohan, over to play with their daughter after the Islamic community had gotten involved due to Michael's job and due to the volatility of Alice's Aztec or Incan star people that think they have some kind of treaty with where the girls were growing up, which they had violated by making appointment and having me dragged with my parents put on hold, not asking if they could borrow me for the weekend or have me over. They just took it in their governments and just pushed buttons and had me moved and then pretended like it was just normal. Like, don't all of your parents just pre-schedule in like commoner house, like really like not like uber wealthy, just like the shit kids that everybody dumps on, right? And then Alice said, she's like, I know you Nazis think that, like, the Soviets were just for you. She's like, but you don't understand. And she's like, and you look down on me and my people. And she's like, but we have a name for you where I come from, where you call us like mayonnaise or egg in the face. She's like, it's called mentirosa. And I'm like, okay. I was like, that sounds like rose-colored hair. She's like, I know, that's what you and your people think. She goes, but from where I come from in Spaniards and star programming and the common library that my people share, which broke up your Nazi Soviet Union, she's like, she's like, my daughter might have egg on her face and might be part a country that you don't even know exists right now. She's like, but she will be so much better prepared for the world that you and her are entering in. Because Alice said, my people ensured that your people would never find you and that they would keep doing like acupuncture in every hole in every story. And by the time you get to tell your side of the story, it'll be too late. You'll be too old and nobody's gonna want to marry you. I was like, right. And Maria was like, whoa. She's like, Alice, she's like, what did Mike and his Arabic people tell you about stepping to the Zohan's face without proper robot for documentation? This was a scene. So the Korean looking short lady with whatever she thinks she was. See, like, they think that they pick on, like, the emperor who has the best looking genetic goes out into the sewage trap of, like, the shit skins, and then they fish around from uber wealthy, and they pick out what they think might be a treaty kid. And it's like, okay, well, this one looks like kind of like Arabic and kind of like Korean. Is this one going to work so we could have like one of our inside people working on, like, I don't know, the file to get something done so we all don't die and don't lose the equipment? That's what goes on in the real world. I don't know what real world you all fucking woke up in, but for whatever reason, I've been moved so many times. This is not. I am supposed to be like Robin Leach, like above Robin Leach. Robin Leach used to do lifestyles of the rich and famous for the opulent and the extremely wealthy, like the ridiculously wealthy, and then he'd go visiting different lands and different people and spotlight them in celebrity. I never watched that show specifically. Like, I mean, I've caught glance of it to see what opulence was in a word format, but to study who was doing extremely well and their family names and stuff, and my parents weren't. As you star programmers know, you already dumbed my genetics down on the safety net of 10 that I had before me. So the sewer trap kid of Alice Murza, that's her common name that she was married into with the Arabic, who lost an I as NYPD. I mean, you guys don't even know who's working alongside you toting a gun in a law enforcement position in New York City, in this prostitution ring of fucking sewer trap kids and which foreign government and elite wealthy is picking out and then putting their favorite pawns on what checkerboard and fucking with what other kids. Okay, planetary update. I am the Cinderella Zohan. I'm the princess, Disney princess, which none of the above Robin Leach opulent was allowed to break up the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union is between the elite Nazis, the providential, the planetary guardians and guardianship. It's their ceremonial return, and they're also the only ones that can be trusted amongst all of the untrustworthy regimes within the different kingdoms. Why would you want to set up your sewer trap kids to fuck with the Soviet Union of the namesake Russia, Mother Russia, who's being born in a already like sewer trap of a different kind that your people were already under investigation for, based on how she arrived and how the 10 kids were, nobody even picked them up out of the sewer trap. They just left them there and kept shitting, everybody together in unison, kept shitting on top of them. So now, how is this that nobody caught this? It's now 42 years.